It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham, and here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable.
And here he is, Bud Terrence Crawford, the undisputed King Rod. We've waited a long time for this fight. Here we go, round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? The straight right just misses. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Nice counter. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
A perfect counter shot. Doesn't score. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And he scores with the counter. Just missed with that hook. And shoot. Straight right just misses. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. On to the second round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Clean. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, every switch.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He misses with that jab. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice exchange here from both men. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, this is the time. There's the bell to start round three. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until the senses have come back.
done with that counter shot. Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot.
Oh, I heard that, never by saw it.
I thought we were going to see the finish there.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
A perfect counter lands. Good counter punch. Beautiful counter punch. Counter punching, and the kid goes down.
I've seen many shots like that. A simple short shot. Put the fighter down.
3, 4, 5, 6. Give me your blood.
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Talk about Garcia in that last round. There's the bell for round 4. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
There's a counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. They threw the hook. It didn't land. He fails to score with that left hook. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice job blocking the hook. Those counter punches have to hurt. Lucky that hook didn't score. That counter shot lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that lap.
What are you doing?
On to the 5th we go. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. Punch, counter punch. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
He threw a punch and just got countered. A straight right just misses. shot. How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Let's talk about Crawford. There's the bell for round 6. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
I have no idea what they have left. How'd you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Nice counter punch. Missing with the hook. Both men step back for just a moment. And that will do it. What a victory. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises. Look at this venue. What a remarkable scene for hopefully what will be a remarkable fight. We are live at Falcor Bay. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape. Sugar Ray Robinson, even though King Ryan Garcia, one of the brightest stars in all of boxing. This Southern California native is must-see TV.
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad for this.
This bout.
And of course, we fight out. The time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. Hit him with a left jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. And he scores with the counter. The jab doesn't quite connect. The sun is blazing this afternoon, and these two athletes are going to have to find a way to deal with it.
This is taking boxing back to its roots. Outside, where you've got the crowd there, you can hear everything. You've got the breeze of the wind. You've got the heat of the sun. You know when you're doing this? Your feet are on fire. They're on fire in the ring.
Well done with that counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Catch and shoot. Hook misses. They exchange punches. Nope, that hook won't score. Every time they drop their... A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Talk about a... Here we go for round two. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Jab slightly off target. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
That counter shot lands. Punch, counter punch. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Does well to block that left jab. Jab does not score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. What would you tell me? Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Counter shot. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. job blocking the left hook. Nice counter shot. There's a counter shot. Good counter punch. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. That jab doesn't find a home. The straight right just misses. How about that time counter shot? They blocked the jab. That counter punch caught him clean. Nice count. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. And there's the bell to start round 4. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer. They are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a cliff. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Perfect counter shot. Do you believe what we're seeing? Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
That left hook missed. Those counter punches have to hurt. That jab just missed with the left hand. He missed with the jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson in that last round. Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the 5th. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punching. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
Sometimes when you get nervous, someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to get like a little favour and pickpocket them.
Nice counter punch. That counter shot lands. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Just misses with that jab. Counter shot lands. Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. A perfect counter lands. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Both of these men frames showing exceptional chins, by the way. Well done with that counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson in that. Here we go in the 6th round. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Shot lands. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Swing and a miss with that jab. Nice counter. Not throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know...
And the kid goes down.
It's referee counting. Watch him close. Come on, make it. You can do it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Nice counter shot. We're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. About Garcia now. Here comes round 7. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They've staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
Stamina is off the charts. Perfect counter shot. Good counter punching. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Can't score with that jab. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. They exchange punches. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Robinson. And we enter the 8th round. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
Now he knows he's being hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Nice counter. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
You missed with that jab. Nice counter shot. Well done with that counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. And he misses with that straight left. Here's a counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Johnny, it was a very close fight.